welcome back with our very special guests today, Judy Dunn and Deb Way, who are both here representing Center for Individual and Family Development in Gassville. Yes. When we move places, I get confused. It doesn't take much these days. So we've been talking about, you were talking about how you'll take children as young as 3.
Yes.
And now that is interesting to me. Is that children with...
Well, sometimes...
talk to us about that portion of it.
Okay. Sometimes children may experience a traumatic life experience. Something may happen in the family. There may be a death in the family, death of a parent or a grandparent that's very close. And so sometimes even children have difficulties, and it's it's a little bit harder to express how they feel, things like that. So there are some techniques that counselors can use. There's play therapy techniques, things like that can help a child process feelings without necessarily verbalizing, you know, and that can help them get through some difficult times that they may be experiencing because they don't know how to say, well, you know, I'm depressed,
really
or you know,
right. I really miss Grandpa or Grandma,
yes,
and maybe acting out.
Yes, there may be acting out,
bad behavior,
yes, behavior,
unacceptable behavior.
Yes, and some children may experience some form of abuse, either physical or sexual abuse or verbal. So yes, we work with young children and all the way up through adults.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, what a spectrum that you have going there. But now we were talking about, I want to be sure that people, number one, know where you are. So in Gassville, you're close to...
Right next door to McDonald's.
Yes.
Can't miss
you
that.
can't
Look
miss
for those
us.
big
That's
golden
right.
arches.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes.
Get your fries.
That's right. You can. I mean, you know.
And come through some drive-through counseling, you know. So we've got you over in Gassville, and we're going to give the number again at the end of the show. Want to be sure there.
Yes.
People can self-refer.
Yes.
But Deb, you were talking about how you get back to the primary care physician, so you can chart and make sure that everybody's, I would imagine, is on the same page for a patient. Are we really doing everything that we can be doing and what we need to be doing for this patient?
Yes.
So.
Yes. And we do get referrals from doctors so that it is kind of coordinating the health care of the person. And I think that's very helpful. And some clients may have a medical condition or something like that. So that's really important, like Deb said, regarding the medications and all of that.
Making sure there's nothing that interacts that could be a problem.
Right.
Yes. Yes. And we have great people in our office who will, when someone does call, they'll get some information from them, and then they can set up an appointment for to come in, and then we'll get some more information, and we'll talk to them about setting goals and what kinds of things they would, we do a treatment plan, so that would be what they would like to accomplish. And then that we work around that so that we can help them meet those goals.
And let's be sure we get the message out there today too about the stigmatism of if you have a mental health issue. We all have mental health issues. I don't think there's anything that's called really, there are no normal human beings. Everybody's got idiosyncrasies, they've got little, you know, twists and turns to their personality. Everybody can use some help at some time as we go through life because of what life throws at us.
I don't think it's a black mark anymore. I think it's the realization that you need help. It could be something that, you know, your parent or your sibling or your spouse may say, oh, that's minor, you know, just get over that. You know,
But if it's
bothering you,
important to you, and it's really,
it's important to get an intervention.
Sure.
You know, if you have diabetes, you see
go.
a physician.
Sure. Right.
You need glasses, you see a physician. And I think mental health now is in that realm too. We all have to have some help to deal with the things that are occurring in our life. There's losses that we all deal with daily.
Right. And I always view it as helping hands.
Yes.
It's just getting you over that next hurdle that life is put in front of you, and here's a great way to do it.
And I think it's also like changing the belief that it is okay to ask for help. I think in our world today, there are so many things that are going on, and we experience so many things. And so I think it's okay to say, you know what, I think I need a little help getting through this. And, you know, you may come to counseling for a brief time. Sometimes it might be a little bit longer. But I think it is being able to process what experiences you've had, and to have that, being able to talk and have someone listen, and then explore what options you have and how you may want to respond.
Right, right. Things that people have just never heard of, because we've all done why didn't I think of that? That just seems so simple. It's just because we didn't think of that, but someone else has, and that's the helping hand. They're right there to say, why don't you give this a try and see how that works for you. Do you ever journaling? Do you have people do journaling?
Yes, I do. I've done that in my own life, and I think it's very, very helpful. Personally, I have done a dream journal, and that was very helpful too. So I think keeping a journal is a way that you can express what your thoughts and feelings are. It's like sometimes we hold everything inside, and if we journal, it's like getting it out here. And that does help in how we're going to cope with it.
And is a dream journal actual dreams, or is it I dream of doing this someday?
Well, what I did was an actual dream. And when I was in graduate school, I took an art therapy class, and that was great fun because we did a dream journal as using art. So I think there's creative ways to express what you're feeling, and it's a way to give value to what you're feeling and what your thoughts are.
And I love that it gives value. And when people come through the door that have had in other words, you're not alone. You're not the only person in the world that's thinking these thoughts, feeling these feelings. You know, they're genuine. Acknowledge them, and understand. You know, really get a better understanding of them and why you're having them. You know, perhaps so. Yep, all of these things. I love this. We could go on for hours on this. Thinking art therapy, aromatherapy is one of my favorites. Yeah, that's another big topic.
Yes, because you're kind of creating an environment where change can occur, and so I do think that those things can be important. And some people find gardening, you know, as a way to express how, you know, what their feelings are, things like that. And so it's really being open to what is important to the client, and they'll come up with their own solutions. You know, it's like giving them the opportunity to explore those.
And I know a lot of times I never know what I'm going to say, and then when it comes out and you hear yourself say it, then you give it a weight. Well, do I really believe that or not? You know, is this something that has value or not? Do I want to retract that with the group that I'm in right now? That kind of thing. So yeah, there's all sorts of that going on, but it's always important to get it out.
Yes, I think so.
And hear what your body is really saying, what your mind is really saying.
Yes, because there is that mind-body connection and emotions.
Sure. Well, what a delight to have you on the show today,
Thank
Miss
you.
Judy and Deb. Yeah, we're going to make you a permanent guest on the show. We'd just love to have you here with us. Let's go ahead and let our viewers, sorry, Gil, our viewers, be sure and know how they can reach you.
Yes, our phone number is 435-5511.
Okay, 435-5511.
And we're located in Gassville.
Okay, we got that.
Next to the Golden Orchids.
Yeah, right next to McDonald's. Shout out for McDonald's today. Would you come back and visit us again?
Oh, I would love to.
And if you ever, if someone would be willing to do it, we'd love to have one of your clients come as well and
Thank
share
you.
their
Okay.
experience. We think that would be a great idea to share with our our audience here, our viewing audience. So, all right, come back and see us again soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks
Thank you,
for
Donna.
coming today. Thanks for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections. We will be back with you again next week with a lot more information to share. Thanks for joining us.